David Silva scored twice as Manchester City moved one step closer to the Premier League title with a 2-0 win at Stoke on Monday. Following the brace at the Bet365 Stadium, in yet another stunning performance, I asked Twitter if the Spaniard was the best Manchester City player of all time. It sparked some debate, and a request from the office. Here, then, is Sportmail's list of the top 10 Manchester City players of all time. Tin had at the ready. 10. Georgi Kinklage. When Georgi Kinklage signed for City at the start of the 1995 season, they were rubbish. Really rubbish. During the Georgian's time at the club, things would get worse, and when he left, in 1998, they had been relegated twice. And yet, through that horrendous period in the club's history, Ajinkin Kinklage was one of the only shining lights. If that period is before your time, just Google Georgi Kinklage, Southampton. 9. Mike Doyle. Loved by City fans for his warrior-like bravery and hatred for United, Doyle played 570 times for the club over 13 years, winning a First Division, Second Division, FA Cup, League Cup and Cup Winners' Cup. During the long barren spell, the wing-half bemoaned the fact he was the last City captain to lift a trophy at Wembley. He passed away in June 2011, a month after that spell had ended. 8. Vincent Kompany. Issues with injury over recent years should not detract from the leading role Kompany has played in City's new era. A snip at just £6 million before the money rolled in, he has been an inspirational captain and, had it not been for those injuries, would be higher on the list. He may climb the ladder in seasons to come. 7. Frank Swift. Not the only goalkeeper to have excelled at Main Road, Swift was known as the giant with frying pan hands. He won an FA Cup and League Championship before war robbed him of some of his best years. After hanging up his boots, with 19 England caps to his name, Swift went on to become a journalist and tragically was among the death toll in the 1958 Munich air disaster. 6. Bert Trautmann. Luftwaffe paratrooper, captured during the war and stationed at a prisoner of war camp in Lancashire, Trautmann sparked protests when he arrived at the club after hostilities had ended. Not only would he win those protesters over, his agility and bravery won him thousands of admirers worldwide. Few do not know the story of the 1956 FA Cup final, when Trautmann broke his neck but amazingly remained on the field to play a key role in City's victory. 5. Mike Summerby. A key player, alongside Colin Bell, in a golden era for City at the end of the 1960s. Summerby played more than 400 times for the club over a decade and remains there now, as an ambassador. His stout defences of the club on television have further cemented his standing as a hero among the blue half of Manchester. 4. Colin Bell. There are City fans of a certain age who will be furious that the man known as Nijinsky after the Derby-winning horse and thanks to his legendary stamina, is down at number 4. A hero to generations, Bell won the First and Second Division titles, 2 League Cups and a European Cup Winners' Cup. He is also the only man on this list to have a stand named after him at the Etihad Stadium. 3. Yaya Toure. If there is one player who epitomizes City's shift from laughingstock to superpower, it is the Ivorian midfielder. It was Toure who scored the goal against United which sent City to the FA Cup final in 2011, and it was Toure whose goal against Stoke City delivered City's first silverware since 1976 and got rid of that banner at Old Trafford. There have been ups and downs, but he deserves a fine send-off at the end of the year. 2. Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero cost Manchester City £35 million in 2011, and at the time people said it was too much. A brilliant 199 goals, 2 Premier Leagues and 3 League Cups later, they are not saying that anymore. The Argentine is unlucky not to take top spot, and there will be City fans who believe he should. His injury time winner against QPR to seal their first title in 44 years is arguably one of the biggest moments in English football's history, let alone City's. 1. David Silva. The magician. A man who made City fans dream and who continues to do so. A fine wine of a player, he appears to be getting better and has already provided so many etchings in the club's recent history. His pass for Edin Dzeko to make it 6-1 at Old Trafford is, for me, up there with Aguero's title winner, and prompted one City fan to joke that when the time comes he would like to have it projected on a loop at his funeral wake.